Alright guys, welcome back to Dashbase Academy. So before we get into the details of programming, I want to touch on how to get into the problem solving mindset. So many beginners end up just start coding without actually knowing what they're doing or why they're doing it. And this end up causing a big problem in the long run because then they end up being focused on or being confused on things that don't really matter in programming, like what language they're using or the syntax specific things and other unimportant things. So in order to help you avoid that, we're going to focus this course on problem solving. So everything we're going to do in this course is going to revolve around the idea of solving problems. And every new concept will just help us. It's just kind of like a toolbox that we're just adding new concepts to that will just expand our range of the type of problems that we can solve. All right. So let's solve a problem. Let's say you had an algebra test tomorrow and your teacher mentioned that the numbers were not going to be easy mental numbers and that the calculator or a calculator may be useful. So, but the thing is, you don't have a calculator with you or you lost your calculator, but you don't want to go to Walmart to buy a new one because you don't want to get the coronavirus. So you decide to put your Python skills to use and make your own calculator on your computer. So let's build a calculator. All right. So the first thing I like to do before I even start coding is just logically figure out the big idea of how the application is going to work. So how does a calculator work? Well, the main idea of a calculator is that you input two things, right? The first thing you input are operands. Operands are just things that you want to operate on, right? So for example, in this case, 5 and 6 are operands. Then the next thing you input is the operator. The operator just tells the calculator what to do with the operands. So should we add them? Should we divide them? Should we subtract them? So in this case, we want to add them. So the addition sign or the addition symbol is the operator. So let me recap. You enter two things into a calculator. The first thing that you enter is the operands, and the second thing that you enter is the operator. So most traditional calculator makes you enter the sequence in this order. First, the operand or the first operand, then the operator, and then the second operand. So once you enter these two things and then you press the equal sign, you get your answer. So that's the main idea. That's how we're going to think of a calculator. We're going to think of a calculator as a device that simply accepts two things. Two operands and an operator, and then that device will spit out the answer. All right. So let's make a plan. Let's make a plan on how we're going to build this program so we could get to that main idea of a calculator. So I like to break up my work into different components so that I could focus on each component independently. When all the components are put together, I get the finished product. So the first thing we want to do in this case is we want to get the operands from the user. So in the previous example, 5 plus 6 equals 11. The operands are 5 and 6. So we want to figure out a way to get these operands from the user who is using our calculator, right? Okay, so once we figured that out, we want to figure out how to get the operator from the user. So in this case, the operator is the plus sign. So we want to figure out how to get the operator from the user. So we're not going to do it in the traditional way that a calculator works by getting the first operand, then the operator, then the second operand. We're just going to get the first two operands and then the operator. And once we do that, and once we figure these two, then we want to figure out how we can use the operator and the operands to give the user back the answer. So in this case, 11. All right. So that's our plan, and that's what we're going to do. So for the next couple videos in the course. So in the next video, we're going to focus on the first part, just getting the operands from the user. All right. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay tuned. Thank you.